The following production is part of the Play Some Video Games podcast network.
Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
The Nintendo Shack is back. Welcome to the PSVG Nintendo Shack, a proud member of the Play Some Video Games podcast network, making a special guest appearance on the channel of N64 Josh. So, spoiler, we have a guest on tonight. I am Jason Lacey. Joining me on the Shack tonight is Caroline.
Hey, everybody. Let's be honest. Josh just saved our butts.
I could have figured it out by like midnight. I'm fairly confident.
By midnight, yeah. We were supposed to start at 9:30, and now it's 10 o'clock.
Yes, Donnie is not here. We've upgraded this week.
It's so mean. It's okay.
This is what happens.
The running gag with us is
usually
that we all
it's
just
me.
crap on Donnie.
Well, crap on Donnie, or when I don't show up, I get crapped on. So
yeah,
it all works. Joining us tonight as a guest, making his first appearance on the Nintendo Shack, N64 Josh.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for having me.
What's going on, man?
We're so happy you're here.
Yeah, I mean, you're wearing an N64 shirt, loving that. And yeah, it's 900 degrees currently in my office, which is super cool. And
it's hot here too.
Yeah.
I'm on hour number 2 of podcasting already. So
yeah, you've got a little marathon going.
Let's do this thing. I love it.
Yeah, perfect. What better way to spend a Thursday, right?
That's right. That is right.
I've got my Punch-Out shirt on.
Oh, I love it.
Dude, awesome. Speaking of which, when I went to GameStop for their buy 2 get 1 free pre-owned, I found a super pristine version of Punch-Out for the Wii, and I was like, mine.
Love it.
Nice.
Yep.
That's a great pickup.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Well, Josh, I got introduced to you through Caroline. And so maybe, Carol, maybe I should have you do the introduction, because I don't think probably any of our viewers or listeners are maybe familiar with Josh's repertoire.
Okay, well,
his body of work, shall we say.
Josh is the man. Josh, you podcast, your main Nintendo Powercast is the name of it, not affiliated with Nintendo Power, the magazine, or the actual Nintendo Power podcast.
Right, yeah.
It airs every Tuesday, correct?
Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday, that's right. I'm almost always watching live on Tuesday. So this is a twice a week thing. That's pretty crazy. And Josh is almost always on Twitch streaming every single day. I always get the notifications on his Discord N64 Josh is live, and I'm like, oh, dude, I wish I could make all of them, because Josh streams, Mario Kart 8, Splatoon. He's been doing these really cool interviews lately with his viewers and people that support him and stuff. And it's just always really neat to listen to everybody else. And Josh is hilarious. That's all I'm gonna say about that. His laugh, you'll find, is very, very contagious. I don't know. I'm just one of those people, when I hear somebody's laugh and it just tickles me, I just can't stop laughing. So Josh has that effect on me.
So Josh tickles you. That's what I've learned from this introduction.
Okay, well, that got awkward quick. No. So funny story. Nintendo Powercast started in February of last year, and then Nintendo Power Podcast started in December of last year. Well, guess whose podcast shot up to number 2 on iTunes when that show came out, because their name didn't rank in the algorithm yet. So,
that's awesome.
Got super lucky. We got Run Jump Stomp in the chat right now. Another podcast as well. He was like, bro, they're going to shut you down. It's game over, man. He was like my Bill Paxton, it's game over. I'm like, I know. They're going to, but you know what? I haven't heard anything. They're not, they're not too worried about it, obviously, thankfully. So, and we make it very clear every episode we are an unofficial.
Yes, there's the disclaimer there. You cover your butt each time. Yeah. I mean, we say, hey, if you want the official Nintendo one, that's where you got to go. I mean, I think
try to run it like it is an official one. I try to, like as if it was a brand I that I would be representing or could be representing. That's the goal of it anyway. And then we also do another podcast called the Smash Bros Cast, where we cover Smash Bros, and that happens every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific on my Twitch channel. So, and then of course everything can be found on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. So
yeah. I haven't checked into the Smash Bros Cast yet, but how difficult was that to keep going when we didn't have, or was it something you started fairly, like when did you start the Smash Bros Cast?
So I think I started it like shortly after, like I think as soon as we knew there was anything happening with Smash, I started it. And the way I started the show, and I mean, it's just like anything when you especially when like going into something that you're not necessarily an expert in, and that's the kind of the avenue I took. Like I am not a pro Smash player. The whole point of this show is that we will improve and grow together, right? And so the first like 6 episodes are the history of Smash. I go over each game, their development, how they came about, like the original Smash was some goofy ninja game that and then they eventually became Super Smash Bros. And even like just looking at the marketing of it, all that stuff, like we break it down. My co-host for that show is in chat right now, Nightcrawler724, and he's also my sparring partner. Like we just started as soon as I started the show, him and I started playing like almost daily. Like even if it was just for like a half hour, we've kind of slacked on that now. But it's Smash is one of those games that there is definitely a skill gap. And if you put the time into it, you can, and we've seen massive improvements, but we still have a ton to learn. Like we still have a ton to learn. So it's been nice content wise since Smash Bros. Ultimate was announced, and we have a lot to talk about. And even like the last episode of Nintendo Powercast, Crawler joined me and we interviewed Vicky Kitty, who was one of the commentators at the Smash Bros. Invitational, and just hearing her talk about the game and how much she loves it. Like my hype levels are literally over 9,000, and that's a reference that I don't totally get because I don't watch any kind of Dragon Ball, but I know the internet gets it. So
that's right. That's right. That's what's still my biggest regret of. I had to trade in my Wii U to make sure I could afford the Switch and all the things I wanted at launch. Gotcha. So at the time, I was like, well, I'm never going to play any game. But now I'm like, I really want to play Smash. Right? I really want to play Smash. Yeah. So bad. But okay.
Jason,
awesome. Well,
Jason
I'm going to have to subscribe. I'm going to have to subscribe.
Jason does not give himself credit. He's pretty pro tier.
Oh God. No, I'm not. No, not pro tier.
He kills everybody. Everybody.
I did not kill everybody.
Do you have it on DS? I mean, we could play it.
No, I don't have it on DS. Okay. I've got it on GameCube.
Okay. Why?
Because if you don't play Melee,
gosh,
you probably shouldn't. We can't be internet friends.
It's okay. That's still my favorite version, actually. But, it's just because I grew up. It was like the game when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, awesome, Josh. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for as typical with podcasts go or any internet production, you're going to have a slathering of technical difficulties. So our fearless leader, Donnie, is not here with us. So that's bound to happen. Donnie, when you listen to this, you and I need to talk. You should probably better coach me up a little more on the stream setup so we can avoid this in the future.
All your fault, Donnie. It's all your fault.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, but that's all right. Josh was doing the heavy lifting. He stepped in. He's hosting us tonight. Kapuya. Yeah. I love it.
Kapuya.
Thank you. Thank you again, sir.
Yeah, you bet. Glad we can do it.
Caro, I haven't been out. I was gone last week, right? I was gone again. So I missed
like the past 2 weeks, or has it just been 1 week?
I can really only commit to like one episode, like 2 episodes a month, and then beyond that, it's really cramping my style a little bit.
I know you weren't here last week.
So catch you out a little bit. What have you been like? What games are you into right now? Let's do a little play and talk here.
What have I been playing? I haven't been playing much. I've just kind of been, I don't know, work has been real, and it's not a good thing. But I have been playing Pokemon Quest on mobile. I wasn't going to get that game. Like, I wasn't going to get into it on Switch because I don't carry my Switch everywhere, but I carry my phone everywhere. And like, it would just be something to browse and, you know, go in between and stuff. It's cute, but it's not as addicting as I thought it would be, which is a good thing. But sidetrack over into a little bit of news. Apparently they've already reached $3 million in their first week on mobile with this game. It's unbelievable. Wow. But that, I've been playing that on mobile. Gosh, you know, there's just really nothing. Brian's been playing Fire Emblem for the 3DS still, the Echoes, and he's still loving it. I kind of jumped back into Splatoon 2 and played a little bit of the Octo expansion. Still hard.
Oh, nice.
And I'm kind of just like taking a little bit of a siesta right now because Octopath Traveler's coming out next Friday, and then I'm going to be like just gone. Yeah, like no more normal stuff like talking, sleeping, eating. Who needs that kind of stuff? I'm just going to be playing Octopath.
So it's a good thing Brian's discovered the 3DS again, so you're going to have a stranglehold on the Switch for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Yeah. It's his first 3DS game and his first Fire Emblem game, like all in one. So I'm proud of him. He's taken to it pretty well. He's actually a little too over, like he plans way too much in battles. He's like, I got to make sure X amount of people have this before I like change the convoy out. And I'm like, this is why it's like
nerd,
like all this time. Yeah, my husband is a real nerd. Just letting you know. He likes the tactical stuff, so he's doing a good job. I'm very proud of him. Other than that, I just kind of like splurged. I went to GameStop to pick up my Hylian Shield 3DS, and it's so pretty. I don't think I'm ever going to play it. I'm just going to keep it in the box. Me and Bobby both decided that we're just going to keep it in the box, and Donnie's like, you losers, play it. But I have it, and I was shocked that it came with a charger because my Majora's Mask 3DS one never came with a charger, and they're like, oh no, you have to buy your own charger, or you have to have a charger from your first 3DS. But this one has a charger in it, and I got like 8 or 9 games from the buy 2 get 1 free thing they were having on at GameStop, and I haven't really played them. I just kind of took the stickers off and polished them up and put them on my shelf. And that's the life of a collector. Don't play much.
Yeah.
I understand.
Well,
anyway,
good. You gotta take that, have that breathing period, you know, to prepare yourself for the questing that awaits you in Octopath, right?
Oh, dude. You know what? I do have one story. So this past Saturday, we were watching Games Done Quick on the television, and they were right in the middle of the Super Mario 64 run. And I love Cheese. Cheese is like my favorite speedrunner. And he was competing against Puncation. All of a sudden, Donnie just texts me, and he's like, Walmart! Watermelon Joy-Cons, $24.88. Go now. Leave now. And I was like, but I have to see if Cheese finishes the run and wins. So I watched up until Cheese beat Puncation, and then I didn't watch the end of the run. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to Walmart. And Brian's like, I'm not going out. It was like at 10 o'clock at night. He's like, I'm not going out. So I found one that was, 6 miles away that had stock and 3 in stock. On my way driving, they go out of stock. So I go to another one that's about 6.5 miles away. As I'm driving, they go out of stock. Finally, I go to the most like hood Walmart in the Atlanta area. And I'm like, I got in the parking lot and I'm like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And it's like almost 11 o'clock at night now. And I was so mad. And I get in there and I go in and I'm walking around. I'm looking at the Joy-Cons and I'm like, everything was under glass. I'm like, I don't see him. And I go up to the guy and I was like, hey, I'm looking for the Switch Joy-Cons. And he goes, the pink and green ones. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, some guy just bought all 3 of them like 5 minutes ago. I was like, are you kidding me? So 3 for 3. I struck out. I was so angry. I came home, popped a beer. I was just mad. Luckily, my man Grouchy Surge ended up getting a few extras. So he hit me up with one.
I couldn't remember if Donnie
currently
bought
in the mail.
extras or
Donnie tried to buy an extra, but the guy literally in front of him in the checkout had the other ones. So I'm getting the pair for cheaper, not as cheap as I could have gotten them, but I think I burned enough gas that I could have just bought them for $80.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Donnie always does best, is just crashing into conversations in the middle, like such and such has gone on
Donnie
sale,
gets all
such
the
and
deals,
such has
like,
a price error, such
swear.
and such. Yeah.
Donnie stalks Warrior 64's Twitter like all the time because he got in on that $47.99 that was supposed to be $99.99 Pokemon Go with the Pokeball pack, and that stuck on Amazon for like a week and a half before they finally canceled it on him. But I mean, he's gotten games for like $5 through Amazon through mispricing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but he always does. He always
He just
does.
says Warrior 64. So
Yeah.
There was the yellow Joy-Cons in December, and I had them in my cart, and I checked out with ToysRUs.com. And then I got an email like 4 days later saying that they had sold out, but quite a few people.
Oh no!
It was the two yellow ones for like $49.99 or something. It was
wow!
or 36.
Yeah, I got the yellow ones when
cheap,
ARMS
but
came out, so I was like, I gotta have yellow highlighter Joy-Cons. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I got them later, but not for the great deal that was.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what stinks. All right, who's next? Jason, Josh, who wants to go next?
Let's let the guests go. Let's let Josh go. Josh.
So we're talking just the games we played over the last week?
What we've been playing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess this is going to be a little bit of a plug, but every Friday at 6 a.m. I stream what I call my first look, where I look at indie games or DLC or even new AAA games. If there's a Nintendo game, I have to wait until Best Buy opens because I got to buy the physical, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So last week I played Miles and Kilo, which is an indie title that dropped today, and it's a blast. It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's a platformer that it kind of almost has rhythm to it. Like the faster you get through the stage, the higher the score you get, but you've also got to collect some stuff along the way. And I really, really am enjoying it. There's certain levels that your dog pulls you and it turns into Mario Run at that point. Like all you do is hit the jump button. But it's fast, and it's just kind of some fun and addicting gameplay. So I played that for a little bit. Of course,
we love indies here in the Nintendo Shack, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, love
indies
it.
are like the best.
I love it. Of course, Fortnite, right? Still trying to get my child. I've got a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old that are like godlike in Fortnite. So I'm like, okay.
There is no way you have a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Oh yeah, full
There's
on.
no way.
Yeah. And well, I mean, I had a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. So, we played.
What? Why do men look so youthful? I don't get that.
I don't know.
Crazy.
But I mean, when you start having kids when you're 12, I mean, it's not that. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a secret, Carol, right there.
That explains some stuff.
No, I'm kidding. Let's see what else we played. The DLC for Donkey Kong, the Donkey Kong DLC for Mario plus Rabbids.
Yeah,
really enjoyed that. Lots of fun there, and played the. Oh my gosh. Is it called Arena of Valor? Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
The beta that was out?
The MOBA, right?
Yeah. So I had never played a MOBA before. And that was pretty fun. Like I didn't get a chance to play with anybody, like to do voice chat and try to actually communicate and stuff. But I could definitely see the draw to that style of game. And, I'm of the mind that the more the larger the pool of game genres we can get on the Switch, the better. And so I think it's great and look forward to playing that some more. And yesterday being the 4th, got to play some Mario Tennis with my nephews. Ooh. Which they were they love that. Played a little bit of Smash on DS with my nephews while we were sitting out by the fire, waiting for the fireworks show to start. And
Coolest uncle ever.
Oh, I have a great video on my YouTube channel. I took him out to buy him his first gaming console, 2DS, and my gosh, he's 6, right? He has no clue what we're doing. I take him to Best Buy and I'm like, which one do you like? And he's like, oh, I like that blue one. I'm like, well, pick it up. It's yours. He's like, come on. No, like, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Aww.
So took him out. We played Mario Kart 7 together. Then we played some Mario Kart 8. It was a ton of fun.
His parents probably hate you.
No,
what? No, I'm just kidding.
They limit how much they allow him to play, because they worry about it. They don't want him to turn into me. And so, his younger brother,
Uncle Josh said I could do this. Uncle Josh gave me this.
Right. His younger brother, who's 5, I'm taking him this year to go get his, but he's waiting for it. He's like, I know I'm not 6, but I think I can handle it. Like they're just jonesing for. Of course, I bought the protection plan because within about 3 days, the youngest one had knocked it off the table onto the tile and broke the system. So we're covering all the bases, but yeah. So. But probably the most exciting pickup was my wife, God bless her, drove to Target, Best Buy. She was down south from our house in an area we don't go to very often. And she ended up at a GameStop, asked the guy behind the counter, hey, do you have the NES Classic, just the controller? And he goes, no, I don't think we do. And she goes, well, I see one behind you. He's like, oh, I guess we do. So she was able to get me the last one. Funny story, when Destiny 2 came out, they announced it with a little figure, a little Cade 6 figure, if you're familiar with the game. I said, babe, will you go and pre-order the game so that I can get 2 so that our son can have one? And she walks up to the counter. Mind you, she's in a line because there's a lot of people there pre-ordering. Gets to the front. Goes, is that an NES Classic behind you or just an empty box? The guy's like, no, it's an NES Classic. This was in March, right? So,
oh wow,
not this year, but March, last year.
Oh wow!
So they're like, there's a freak thing that we had even won. Nobody else in line had even noticed it, and so, and the guy that sold it was like, I was trying to leave that so nobody would see it until. So twice she has come through big when it comes to the NES Classic.
When was the classic controller thing? Was that because those things went out day one. I was lucky to get one through Walmart online the day they came out.
So just this last, what did they release? Friday? That's when she.
Okay, so they remade the classic controllers too.
Yes, they re-released the classic and the controllers.
Gotcha.
So I never saw the actual controller in the wild. I only saw it on eBay for $350, and I was like, nope, I'm just going to be patient, and eventually it will happen. And lo and behold, it did.
Man.
So.
That's crazy. She has good luck then.
Oh, yeah. She really does.
I need to rub her head or something.
Her treasure hunt game is on point.
Right?
Oh, definitely. Well, and then for Father's Day, her and the kids got me the Hylian shield that came in on Tuesday.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So pretty excited about that.
So pretty.
Yeah. And because of that, I actually started playing A Link Between Worlds, but not on that system because I probably won't take it out of the box. I started playing that last night because I'm like, man, this game is just so fun. So anyway,
it's such a good game.
It really is. Yeah.
Love that game.
All right, Jason.
Is this time for me? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I talk a lot. It's too much podcasting. Forgive me.
I also have played Miles and Kilo. We're thankful enough to receive a review code of that game, so I will be putting something together hopefully by the end of the week, probably over the weekend for that. I kind of, just to give my brief thoughts, I kind of echo everything Josh has said. I play it like a runner because as soon as I saw you can go in the options and you can say turn on auto run, I was like, oh, sweet. And then you can just chill and play. I mean, you can play the game with 2 buttons. I mean, you can play with a single Joy-Con if you wanted to, which is kind of fun. And, it's got a ranking system for your scores, S down to, I'm assuming, a D. So of course I had to get an S in every level. I mean,
of course.
I wouldn't. Why? I wouldn't. I have to hold my title in PSVG as everyone self-proclaims
Jason has
of me.
to be the best there ever was.
Yeah, but see, I don't come out with that. You know, everyone puts that on me. So now I feel like I have to.
You're like God tier at every game you play compared to everybody else. We're just casual gamers.
It's called a lonely childhood. Okay, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Are
you an only child?
Technically, but my dad remarried, so I do have two brothers from my dad's second marriage. So
my husband's so much better, but he chalks it up to the fact that he's the oldest of four. So he's like, yeah, it was really competitive in my household, and I'm like, well, which one is it? I only had a sister. So
yeah, Miles and Kilo. I really am enjoying that, and I have put a little time into the Octopath demo, like an hour and a half. So I still have some more time to sink into that, and I'm kind of glad I did because now I can kind of slow roll that up until the game's release. And then I got into a bad spot today, guys, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start playing Hollow Knight again. So I did. So well, I think I'm going to try to 100% it. I'm at 90 right. I'm at 90% right now. So I don't have that much to go.
Is that including the DLC?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So like I took like I didn't mean to do it to Donnie, but I was like, I killed the boss today, and I had to do it. I'm like, Donnie, remember that one boss that you got stuck on? I beat the harder version of it. And he's like, I hate you. Not
even just the original version. I beat the hard version.
He's like, I hate you. He's like, well, yeah, but you're the only person that's going to understand what this means. I can't tell anybody else. Anyone else is just going to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I don't know what it is about that game though. Like
it's really pretty. I just feel like I would get so like I love the music when I've heard the music from it.
It's got an awesome soundtrack.
The music and the art is great. It's just like I feel the gameplay is so challenging that it would deter me. Like that's the only reason that I haven't gotten into Celeste, because Celeste is nigh impossible for somebody of my caliber.
I would like to see that at a future GDQ. Because I think we looked it up. One of my other Discord servers, somebody looked it up, and it's like 46 minutes. I think it's the world record for it. So it's totally feasible.
For Celeste or
no, for Hollow Knight. So it's totally feasible for a speed run.
They did a tool-assisted speed run of Celeste at GDQ.
I need to look that up.
You have got to watch it. It was ungodly. It was absolutely insane. So interesting. Like I mean, like it was a $50,000 incentive to even get it or something, and they did it, and everybody was just like glued to the screen. They just like were not blinking at all.
And I had aspirations to start playing Splatoon 2 again, but I haven't done that because when is the Splatfest next Friday?
You can pick up your shirt tomorrow.
Oh, the racist war.
Yeah. Oh, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
I feel here's the disappointing thing about that. I feel like at this point I have to go Squid because I feel like everyone's gonna be like, oh, gotta go Octoling, and it's gonna be really one sided. But
can I rabbit trail you real quick?
Yeah.
So I did play Splatoon. I get mocked in Splatoon by my chat, my Discord, because I'm broke. I'm constantly broke in that game.
I'm constantly broke too.
I have a very small collection of clothing and weapons. Okay. Because I'm grinding for chunks, and it takes 20,000 in-game currency to scrub, right?
Yep.
Well, I streamed on Saturday night, and at 1 a.m. I stopped, and I spent a half hour going through all the chunks I've collected. When I turned it off a half hour later, I had 8 pure pieces of gear and 3 that are one ability chunk away, and one of those chunks I need to collect. I just need to scrub 1 piece of gear. The other one I need to scrub maybe 2 pieces, and the other one, because I was tired, I accidentally used 10. So now I need to collect 12, and I will have 11 pure pieces of gear. So it's like it's finally coming together. They may stop mocking me now.
It's all coming up, Millhouse.
But I doubt it.
Pudding says also because you're B rank, so there's that.
See, there's always gonna be something. You can't escape it.
I will say right now, I cannot stand rank because I'm like. I my hands get sweaty, and I'm like the competition. I can't do it. My husband like gets everything to S rank, and I'm just leave it there. It's pure. It's S. We're not touching it anymore. He's like, but I want to play rank, babe.
So anyway, I was pretty happy about that.
Well, congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think I have any. I don't have any pure. I think I have like maybe like 3 out of 4, or something. But I don't have any pure gear. And I thought about trying to go down that journey. I was like,
And not only is it pure, it's also gear I like because I got to be stylish in Splatoon.
Yeah,
you got to stay fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd expect nothing less.
Right.
I just collect all the pieces of gear. If there's something in the shop that I don't have, I'm like, gotta buy. So I like try and get all of the gear.
It's a good call.
It's a different gameplay for everybody. I mean, that's what's cool about it.
You got to have your hook. You got one.
Yeah.
So I'm still like on the fence about the Octo expansion. I don't know. I'm like, maybe one day. Too much else to play.
I love it, but it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I haven't even unlocked the Octoling yet, man.
Well, I have to. Well, much to Donnie's encouragement, I did like PSA to anyone that hasn't yet. Check out your library because man, mine keeps. I happen to go on the website and mine's got like 10 new Switch games coming in on the way. So I've got a hold place for Wolfenstein 2. So I'll be getting that whenever they get into stock. I think I'm like actually first in line. But then I've got a hold for Runner 3 because Donnie's talked about that hard game. So of course he said hard game. I'm like, oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have my attention. So got to give that a go. And then Sushi Strikers, I've got to hold on that too. So because like probably games I wouldn't pick up, but I mean, will I play them for free from the library? Yep. Yes, I will. So looking forward to that.
But you'll only play one chapter of Xenoblade 2.
It just didn't. It didn't. I don't know what it was.
The end of chapter 1 was where I was like, I'm hooked. Like it was the end cinematic of chapter 1 where I was like, I want to play this game all the way through.
It wasn't like I can't say that I didn't. It's not like I didn't enjoy the game, but I don't know. I just didn't feel. I think it's probably the fact that I know how big of a game it is, and that's just kind of intimidating to know how much of the commitment I need to have and how many other things I'm going to have to put aside or just find the time to play. Yeah. Now, with that said, we can talk let's talk in the end of December and I'll already tell you how many hours I'll have in Smash Bros. But, so it's all about preference. But
Josh, you just to put this out there, I've played Xenoblade 2 more hours than I've played Breath of the Wild. And I think I can't say for sure, but I think the last time I checked, I've got 350 hours in Xenoblade 2.
Wow.
So I really love Xenoblade 2.
She likes that game a lot.
I like keep 100%ing it every single DLC that comes out. So
nice.
I can't wait for the prequel. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Dream come true.
So I beat Pokemon Yellow, and the only other JRPG is Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you love it?
So I did, and part of it was because of my chat, right? I streamed that game through its entirety. And
nice.
I didn't understand some of the mechanics. They continually mock me because anytime there's reading that has to happen on stream, I'm like, oh my gosh, can we just get to the game, please? Why do I have to read all this stuff? It could be 3 sentences. So I had no idea how to chain attacks. I got all the way to the boss that's basically you're fighting a wall and had no idea how to chain attacks that far. If I couldn't beat something, I went back and leveled up until I got to a high enough level, and then I would fight him again. And we've all had a heyday with me fighting this wall continually. But I think that was part of what made it so much fun. Is it was this was something I really hadn't experienced, And now if you play it, you don't have to hear "Don't forget me" all the time. So
that was the best part. There's no greater joy that I and my husband get out of going on YouTube and looking up YouTube poop videos of them just spamming the voice clips.
Burning Sword, right? Kirby Geek and Nightcrawler both really helped me a lot through that game. Nightcrawler's he was I'm just staying a level or 2 ahead of you so that I can help you out if you get stuck. But there wasn't really backseat gaming or anything like that. They would let me figure it out. But it got to a point that they're okay, you can change, like, I think it was my friend Scrap Gear came in. He's like, you can like, if you do this, and this, you cause an orb to show up, and then you can actually do massive attacks. I'm like, I have no clue what you're saying right now. You're not even speaking English to me. And
man, it's so satisfying to set up
totally.
all 8 orbs.
Oh my gosh. After I did that, I was like, I love this game even more. Like I couldn't believe I fell in love with the JRPG because I'm like a first person shooter guy. I'm like first person shooter.
So you and I are complete opposites.
And
like
Mario Kart.
I don't do FPS.
That's okay. Yeah. So exactly. I mean, it's like Mario Kart and first person shooter. That's my bread and butter. And so, and then I mean anything first party Nintendo also, but like Halo was my jam for the longest time. GoldenEye was my jam. Perfect Dark was my jam. Right. So, so to stop and play a game and
JRPGs,
to lose myself in that story was like, it's not something, and I haven't done that since. And I'm like kind of hoping Octopath might help me get back to that. I just got to force myself to make the time. That's what's tough because I stay pretty busy.
Yeah.
Ultimate question for you.
Ooh.
Pyra or Mithra?
So is this like a waifu thing? Because I learned about that while I was playing.
No, I'm just mean like, which one do you like better, like personality wise? I guess that is a waifu.
Yeah, like because that.
Like, which one could you see like hanging out with? I view it as that because I'm a girl and I'm straight. And
honestly, I know that they wouldn't hang out with me. They're way too cool. But I think I would have to go, as Kirby Geek says in the chat, I would have to go with Hot Pants, which
Pyra.
So I think I learned what hot pants were during that stream also. So, no.
Alrighty then. Yeah. You and my husband both. Oh my goodness. I'm a Mithra girl just because I don't know. I guess she and I kind of have the same abrasive personality type thing. But
I mean, I think Nia's probably more my spirit animal, but
I know. I love Nia. Morag's good too, man. I mean, like all the women in that game. Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And that's Xenoblade. I know I talk about Xenoblade like every single week. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay.
We're all used to it. We're all used to it now. It's your thing.
Give me grief.
Its own little segment.
We all have to have our thing.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to like what you like, Caro. It's okay. You see, you wear it proudly.
I do.
You don't hide it.
And I don't like to say Japanophile, but I like my JRPGs. Okay, I guess we're going to talk about the news next. Yes.
Yeah. I have some snippets. You have some snippets. Yes.
Yeah. We can go back and forth. We'll do a tag team thing.
Ooh. Teamwork.
So how awesome is this, guys? GameStop revealed that even though like people were saying that Nintendo's E3 was not that great and all this stuff, GameStop says that their Switch sales have doubled the week after E3. That's insane.
Has to be about that Xenoblade 2 content they added. I mean.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's got something to do with that Smash Bros. But and that Pokemon Go. Apparently Pokemon Let's Go and Smash were the big things that were causing the hardware sales. So that is from GameStop directly and courtesy of Nintendo Life.
I did see that. I mean, it's funny because that goes right along with, I wanted to bring this up as a counterpoint because people were already freaking out every time this happens. Oh my gosh, their share price has fallen yet again.
Oh yeah.
This Nintendo's not doing this. They had the bad E3. The stock's going down. This is they got to make changes. And it's like, just chill. Look at people are still buying it. It's just like, I just love it every time. Like so much rides into those, like the stock, and like they didn't announce enough new games, or then look at they have these mobile games that are making all this money. Oh look at the stock went up. I can't imagine why. It's, I don't know.
All those analysts just love Link and Mario. So if there's not a Link and Mario announced, it's Nintendo's it's game over.
They have Link and Mario and Smash, so I don't know what they're thinking.
That's true. And Mario Party, so.
Yeah, true. Okay.
What else you got, Caro?
Oh, I thought we were going back and forth.
That was my quick error because I had that same article that you had, and
Gotcha.
I did a very quick and dirty on that.
Okay,
that's my bad.
So since we have N64 Josh here, and I'm wearing the N64 shirt, let's talk about N64. Hackers have found out how to put N64 games on the Switch. Is that not awesome?
I did see this headline. I didn't get a chance to read into it.
Yeah, so if you go on Twitter, there's like some videos of people actually playing like Mario 64 and I think Pokemon Stadium and Kirby and all sorts of stuff. I don't know if that's how they're going to be doing Virtual Console or whatever they're coming out with in lieu of something, but I'm still holding out for N64 Classic. But if people are going to start doing like homebrew and all this other stuff.
Yep.
That's what I got there.
I always like the technical marvel that stuff that people are trying to are able to pull off.
Yeah.
Things like that. I mean, it's not like not that I always condone everything they're doing. It's not like something I want to do myself, but I always think it's pretty darn interesting what they're able to pull off. So especially, like we got hacked cloud saves.
Right.
That was the first thing. And then this, and then what was there?
They figured out how to do voice chat from Fortnite, like just accidentally if you plug in a headset.
Yeah, that's still a sore subject. I don't get that.
I don't either.
I just want to know. I just want to know. Want to know so much more about that. Like,
yep.
It's so much that it always reminds me of going back to when Xbox was first announced, and we had interview with Larry Herb, and he's like, "Well, we've got all that DRM and all those policies built in. We can't just flip a switch and turn it off. That DRM it's built into the core Xbox experience." And it was like, what, the next week, like, "Well, we got rid of the DRM."
Right.
It's like, come on,
Oh man.
I mean, it's super appealing, right, to have the 64 games on the Switch. There was even it was a 4-hour window that you could download an N64 emulator on the Xbox One, and if you got
I remember that.
It was you can still use it, although it's pretty buggy, I guess, and it can't be updated. I don't think it's worth, unless you have like an extra Switch lying around that you don't mind possibly getting, bricked or banned or anything like that. I mean, yes, great. I can't wait to see 64 games. I really hope we do. I hope we can see 64 games with online multiplayer. I'd love to play Mario Kart 64 online. I would love to be. It's a pipe dream at this point, I think, although Microsoft and Nintendo seem to be playing nice. Maybe Perfect Dark 64. GoldenEye seems like it would just be like way too hard to do. But I mean, it's not like Nintendo doesn't have the financial pull to make something like that happen.
Right.
Right.
So that's where I'm at.
In a perfect world, right? In a perfect world.
Yeah.
Speaking of Microsoft and Nintendo playing nice, how about that Minecraft 3DS that we're getting, or 2DS? Or is it a 3DS?
2DS.
It's 2DS.
Yeah, so we got 3 more 3DS announced. If me just not getting a Hylian shield was not enough, we've got a really adorable creeper, Minecraft 3DS. Ren Jones Tom says it's 2DS. So yeah, I think they're just kind of dropping the 3D because old people like me, I don't do the 3D. It hurts my eyes. And then this super cool black and red color scheme, kind of like the black and teal and the orange and white one.
It's apparently Mario Kart. I think that's what I read.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's Mario Kart bundle.
I just see black and red and automatically think of my football team. And then we've got, what was the third one? Oh yeah, the Animal Crossing one, the one that I would really like to have, but that's not going to happen.
No, I know that I saw those. They were like announced for, was it Japan or Europe? I can't remember. So I think in the one ad I saw, they were listed as the 2DS LL, I believe is what they were.
So the 3 she just mentioned are Japan.
Japan.
And then Europe had the Animal Crossing.
Right.
The Mario Kart bundle was black with green trim or lime green trim. And then they also did a white with a lavender trim that has Tamagotchi Life included. For those 3 are for Europe.
Where's our stuff?
It's got to be coming. I can't imagine, because
they announced 3 new ones.
At this point, it seems to me that they have figured out that there's collectors buying these things.
Oh yeah,
right. Like they're. I don't know how many people are going out and buying these for their kids. There's got to be some, obviously, but I mean, I actually want to run a poll on my Twitter real soon and find out how many people own more than one 2DS or 3DS system. And I have a feeling,
I know a handful right now, just off the top of my head, just thinking about that question.
Yeah. Well, I think in my house, because of my kids and wife and everybody that has one, I think we're sitting at 9 or 10, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
No.
Dude.
I have 4 in my office right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So but I mean, that's, I saw the Wedge recently that had the Ocarina of Time when I was on vacation, and I was like, well, I didn't think I would ever see this again. So, Are you
talking about that green and yellow one?
Yeah. It was we were in a town called Chelan, and their Walmart had like nobody in it. I don't think it's pretty dead all the time. So it had stuff like from the holidays that nobody had picked up. So I was like, oh, they have 2 of these things. I guess I need a souvenir,
Yeah. Donnie and I just talked about how ugly those things were. Just the bricks, the little
the doorstop.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's literally it's like kid proof almost.
Oh yeah,
They're tanks.
Sure.
So I love it. I think keep those things coming, because that's what I'm going to be buying. I got a lot of nephews, like I mentioned. I hope that this 2DS the Wedge is around for a while, because it's a bargain buy, and it gets them playing Mario games.
If those do make it stateside, that's already, because last year we had the Samus. There was like the Samus version.
Yes.
And was there any other special? I feel like
another Zelda.
My point is already this year, I feel like they've already surpassed the total of specific unique SKUs for that. So it's like,
I don't think anybody else is getting the Hylian Shield one. I think that was us and GameStop exclusive only. So I think that I would take that one any day over the other ones.
What would you, if they, even though it doesn't make any sense to the system, would you get one that had if it was the black and the teal color, but it was like the Sheikah design?
Yes.
From Breath of the Wild?
Dude,
why do I even ask that?
I kind of like that too. It's black and it's got the turquoise Sheikah eye symbol on it. Yeah.
Like they had for
that.
I still wish the t-shirts they had at that E3. I still wish I could get one, and I still want that snapback. I never got it. I don't know why, but one day. But I already have. What do I have? Oh no, I have a Nintendo. So if I get a Sheikah hat, it's not too much oversaturation yet. We're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Different IP. Hey, Switch is getting a VR style headset. So
yeah.
This thing, it just goes along with when people. So, Josh, some insider knowledge, as the PSVG is multifaceted, wide spectrum of consoles and tastes. But here in the Nintendo Shack, we were the whipping boys and girl for a lot of. For a long time,
years,
for many things Nintendo does.
Yeah.
And we still get it. It's like, oh, you guys have voice chat, but it only works in one game. Or come on, who didn't rip on the dongle setup for the phone app? So we're still getting that now. So we've got this Japanese company has a VR style headset that's compatible with the Switch. However, it's not VR, so don't get too excited. It just does, but I do think this is cool. And what it reminds me of is all the advertisements you used to see in comic books when I was a kid growing up, or in gaming magazines. It would be this headset would have the built-in headphones, and it had it said it was like a double-sized movie theater screen projected in front of you. You could play your games. I remember being 12 to 14. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to get one of these. But this is basically what it does. It is a 120-inch virtual display inside this headset, and already so it looks like the headset connects via HDMI, but then you need to have a USB-C to HDMI adapter to plug it into your Switch. And then it looks like it's got to have, there's another cable that I can't tell unless it's using, it looks like HDMI and USB is to power this thing. So you got to have a dongle just to get it to work.
Golly.
I mean, it sounds cool to like the idea. I think it'd be cool to have a display anywhere you go that size, but I mean,
I just
the practicality of it.
I laughed at it when I saw it. Oh, nice. There it is.
I do not want to stick this near my Switch, though. But.
So, like, I was laughing at it because the article that I saw just had somebody lying on
The guy
with just this thing over their face, and I'm like, "Are we meditating?"
I mean,
or
for a
playing
moment,
games?
I thought there's like, I could play a few games like that because I know people, speculating when the Switch first came out, and they got like a headboard mount, the little clip on the little bendable, and like I think it's a tablet mount, but it works for the Switch to mount it there. And I know somebody was talking about building a little inlet into their wall in their bathroom. So when they're
the best one I saw was a cardboard box that just had a hole cut out, and then the guy laid down and he put the cardboard box over
I've seen
his
that.
head.
Oh my
And
God.
the Switch was just right there.
Oh, hashtag bless.
I love this other
man.
picture they use with it too. Have it connected to a Google Pixel because you haven't lived until you've seen your smartphone in that resolution. I don't.
Yeah.
I need my home screen at 120 inches, please.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gosh, I don't know why.
It's for
But then again,
somebody.
I think in Japan, there's probably a crazy market for this, and it's going to get.
Sure.
They can play their Splatoon on their 120 inch virtual screen. It's going to work out.
All that crazy stuff.
It's true.
Doesn't everybody prefer playing on like a monitor nowadays anyway? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
who
I
knows?
still find my place, even though it's a portable, I still find myself playing it like on the TV more than anything. I don't know if that's just me thinking, oh, console, I've got to play it on a TV, but
Yeah.
I only play it in the car if I'm going somewhere for a long distance, and even then I get a headache.
As
But
I say, I only use the car when I'm going somewhere too. But
you dork. No. Okay. Yeah. I hate driving, and Brian drives everywhere, so I'm just the one like sitting and
that's
playing.
perfect.
So, but it does give me a headache. I don't do well with motion and concentrating. Can't read, can't sleep, can't play games in the car very long.
Yeah, I feel like certain games, like I've noticed certain style games, long-term handheld play, and I'm like, I feel a little trippy after a while.
Yeah,
I think it all depends on how they're animated, and especially if what the screen scrolling
Mhm.
is like and how smooth those transitions are.
Yeah.
Do you have any other news, Carol?
I
I have one last piece if you don't.
Well, I was just the only other thing that I was gonna say is it's pretty neat that we got Pocket Rumble in the eShop. Pretty neat. For people
like
that don't
Christmas
know,
Miracle,
it's-
pretty neat.
What?
Like Christmas Miracle, pretty neat.
For people that don't know what Pocket Rumble is, it's like a 2D fighter that's like Neo Geo inspired pocket color stuff, fighting game. And you just basically use 2 buttons. It's like old arcade style. And yeah, it was a Kickstarter, and they have come out with it. I think Chucklefish, who is it Chucklefish that did Stardew Valley?
Yep.
Yeah, they've done this one too, and I think it's a really neat niche little eShop game that I will probably just pick up when I've got spare, $15 or something. I don't know how much it is. 20. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the price earlier and I just can't find it anymore.
It's $11.99, I believe.
Oh, $11.99. Well,
I'm
even
not.
cheaper.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what I saw it at.
Okay.
That sounds good. I think that when I saw that finally happen, it got me thinking. It's like, because I've been like jonesing for Shakedown Hawaii as soon as that was announced, and it's like every time you look it up, it's just like to be determined. Like,
Coming
Mhm.
soon.
that, and I know a lot of people are excited about War Groove. Speaking of Chucklefish, and just like But supposedly with Shakedown Hawaii, they had they have a page up on Steam now that has the 2018 release date for it. So now that it's a speculation if we'll see that, this year or not.
I'm waiting on Witchbrook personally. I'm so excited. That's like their Hogwarts Magic School Stardew crossover type thing. Can't wait.
Kevin's all in on that too, isn't he?
I don't know. Does Kevin like Harry Potter and stuff? I know Kevin and I are Disney freaks, but I don't know about Harry Potter.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll have to.
I just really like what I've seen in the screenshots. Like, I love that pixel art style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Last news. Go.
Yeah. The only last thing I had was, I think it's a fitting note to end on for the news, is that Nintendo, I don't remember when this was actually came out, but it feels new to me. Kimishima had said, Nintendo hasn't revealed its full 2018 lineup just yet. There's still more games going to be announced before year's end. So to go along with everyone's like, the stock's down and there's no games, but then I feel like there's so many games that there's too many games, and then
I'm telling you,
sales are up. We've got this too. So, and he considers the lineup powerful.
Okay, so is the lineup what we have coming in 2018, or what's announced in 2018?
It says that it's written in this article as just full 2018 lineup.
Oh.
So that makes it. I draw the correlation from that it means it would be released this year, this calendar year. But I can't imagine. I mean, that seems a little bonkers to me that they're going to have something released this year that we don't know about yet. 5 more 3DS
games or something.
I mean, we don't have any. I mean, we're due for more 3DS announcements. That could be. I
suppose. I think the only game that I'm still going to buy is Luigi's Mansion. That's it.
So I wrote an article about this yesterday, right? And then I went into speculation on what the other games could be. And I leaned heavy on Mario, 2D Mario, and Mario 3D World, and Mario Maker, right? Those were the 3 games. And
So you're thinking ports? I'm
thinking ports because I think Mario, and I think it could also be, and I after a lot of discussion with people on Twitter and stuff, I think there's a possibility that it could be Zelda ports as well. We could see a Wind Waker, we could see a Twilight Princess, we could see Link's Awakening possibly, right? That would be another one that would be really cool to see.
Give me that Zelda HD collection.
Yeah, something like that would be awesome.
Zelda's the way to my heart, I think.
So I said for 3D World, I would love to see them have the original game, the Luigi game, and a Princess Peach game. So like a little DLC kind of thing, right? Kind of like Luigi, like Super Luigi U was or whatever, or Luigi U.
Yeah.
But then mix it up and allow Peach to be in the other 2 games, so we could have the original cast from Super Mario Bros. 2. I would love that. That
would be sweet.
I would love it. The other thing that and I've seen lots of pictures on Instagram and stuff, but to see the new Super Mario Bros. All-Stars, where it puts all of those past games into one cart on the Switch. I feel like this is probably asking way too much, but I feel like it would really show that like they want to add value. Like if they're going to charge $60 for that, like really put a lot into it. I think it would be great. And then the last thing, of course, was a Super Mario Maker, deluxe or whatever. Okay.
I've been expecting that to be ported for a while, and I'm surprised it hadn't been done already.
Yeah. So they could, and who knows, maybe they add like Mario 2 stuff to it, whatever the case may be. So I just put this out yesterday, just like I would any other article. Well, there's a guy by the name of Liam Robertson who goes by Dr_Cupcakes, and he says writer who uncovers lost games and other scoops, freelance for Did You Know Gaming, comic book, Nintendo Life, and so I mean this guy's he's pretty connected, right?
Sure.
All he tweeted at me was one of them right. That's all he said.
Oh man.
So like I have nothing more to go on other than okay, So,
I bet we get a Mario Maker. I mean, I am so shocked that we haven't gotten one yet. But you're probably right. I didn't even think about ports, but we're probably just going to get a few more Wii U ports this this year that we don't even know about. I'm looking over at my Wii U shelf and I'm trying to figure out what we would get.
I mean, there's only a few left, like Pikmin and the Devil's Third, things like that.
They wouldn't do Woolly World again because
yes, I need more Devil's Turd in my life.
I can't imagine.
The Devil's Third was actually a Nintendo produced game.
Right.
It really is, though.
Yeah. I need to
3D World would be
forget
great.
that game.
Yeah, I need to
3D World would be sweet. I like 3D World a lot.
Yeah, super fun. Really a great game.
Yep.
And that's all our news. That's the news.
That's the news.
And that really, I think that's going to pretty much do it for the show in its entirety anyway. Josh, thank you so much for joining us. Before we go, we need some more plugs for the N64 Josh world.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
I know everyone that's probably watching the show right now already knows where to find you, but for our listeners out there that are digesting this.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like I said earlier, I do 2 podcasts, the Nintendo Powercast and the Smash Bros. Cast. And then I do try to keep up with as much Nintendo news as I can on N64Josh.com. It's not nearly as full of Nintendo news as some of the other big sites, but I just do it by myself, and I try to pick and choose the stuff that I think will be the most useful. And then I've even had some fun recently. Like I came across like Robin Williams and Zelda Williams doing the Ocarina of Time ads that they did. Yeah. And I found so much joy watching those things and watching the behind the scenes stuff that I put up an article about that. And that even really helped just like my mental health to like kind of evaluate things and to kind of get back to the joy of what gaming is. You know what I mean? And so, it was, so it's a variety of Nintendo news and then just whatever comes out of my head. And it's the hub for everything is N64Josh.com.
You also have a very popular and active Discord community as well. People are welcome to join you on. Yeah,
and that's just N64Josh.com/Discord will take you right to that, and we'd love to have you. We'd love to have lots of people looking to play different games together and just talk Nintendo. And so it can get crazy though. So learn how to.
It's always bumping.
You got to learn how to use you may have to mute some things or whatever because it gets. Yeah,
that's the way of the times now with Discord. You got to curate your Discord experience. You don't want it like the Switch eShop. I mean, you got to curate it a bit. Otherwise, you're in for a rough time.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Well, thank you guys so much for having me on. I do really, really appreciate it.
We're so glad to have you.
Absolutely. We're a pleasure to have you. Caro?
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Yeah, you can find me at the Nintendame on Twitter. I do the Nintendo Shack every week. I also do Arcadia Academia with Kevin. And recently, Josh gave me the awesome experience and pleasure of having like a Q&A thing that I'm one of the featured contributors or Nintendo creators, featured creator, that's what it is, on his website. So go check that out. I talk about, some little Nintendo nitty gritties and some Sega stuff. But I really appreciate that. I thought that was a great thing. And go check it out.
It's an awesome read. Go check it out. No spoilers, but go check it out.
And you can more of them. Yeah, right. And you can find me, at JW Lacey. As I forgot to mention on at the top of the show, as I probably should. Most of you are already well aware. PSVG is now part of the Make Us Better partners Patreon. It's a whole community. It's a Patreon. It's so much more. So feel free to. We'd love if you check it out at patreon.com/makeusbetter. Thank you to everyone that already does support the huge cast of creators that are already there. We thank you for doing that. You guys are all awesome. And we'll come back next week. Maybe we'll have Donnie and me on the same episode of Nintendo Shack once again. You'll have to wait. You'll find out. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. And please come back for more Nintendo Shack.
This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?